Well, it's nice to hear a little heavy metal, hair metal thunder. I don't know if I should call Motley Crue hair metal. I mean, when I think of hair metal, I think more Poison, Cinderella, Winger. Well, maybe they fit into the hair metal, but and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean it's metal, baby. It's hard rocking, good time rock and roll. Motley Crue smoking in the boys' room. Yes. Although I was a little disappointed in the record, but they had to do something really commercial to get them into the top 40. It was their first top 40 hit. They had this amazing, this turbocharged, hard rock, heavy metal record in 1984 called Looks That Kill that absolutely kicked ass right and left. But the top 40 stations would not embrace it, although there was an AM top 40 station I used to pick up from Louisiana that actually played that record. Believe it or not, an AM station, which an AM top 40 station, a very rare species by 1984. So that was a treat. And it was kicking on that station. Motley Crue Looks That Kill. But their first top 40 offering, Smoking in the Boys' Room at number 26, up 6 from 32. Week of August 10th, 1985 on my fantasy playlist. Smoking in the Boys' Room, originally done by the Brownsville station back in the late summer or fall of 1973. It was off the album called Yeah. It was co-written by a member, one of the co-founders of Brownsville Station, Michael Cub Coda. Michael Cub Coda, who was a solo artist. He released a couple of things as a solo artist. I Got My Mojo Working. He played in some bands before he formed Brownsville Station in 1969, and they came out with some brilliant songs. A lot of them obscure now, like Kings of the Party, and there was also, oh gosh, I highly recommend The Martian Boogie. That was so funny. That was such a brilliant record. There's a long version, there's a short version. The long version is like 7 or 8 minutes long. But it was rocking. The Martian Boogie by Brownsville Station. But let's talk about the Motley Crue record. Now, the version by Motley Crue went to number 16 on Billboard's Hot 100. That's pretty respectable, believe me, for Motley Crue. They also did a nice remake, a rocking remake of Your Mama Don't Dance. I think that was in 1989. And they redid a Sex Pistols record. And they tore it up big time. I believe it Pretty Vacant? I'm not sure it was it wasn't God Save the Queen. I know it was a Sex Pistols record they did in the early 90s. Well, anyway, the video was a concept video. It was a funny video. The guy, he gets laughed at in the classroom because he says that said that a dog stole his homework, and the dog did steal his homework. Check out the video, particularly the women with the big hair, the big 80s hairdo. And there Michael Berryman, actor Michael Berryman, played the school principal. This guy's a trooper and a half. You talk about turning a weakness into a major strength. He had a rare condition where he had no sweat glands, no hair, and supposedly no fingernails, and no teeth. He might be wearing fake teeth. I'm not sure, but either way, that would be kind of a career destroyer if you're pursuing something in film. But he was able to parlay all that into a strength, acting in horror movies like The Hills Have Eyes back in 1977. I believe that was the original version of The Hills Have Eyes. And he was also in Evil Spirits, which came out in 1990. That's just two of the horror science fiction films that Michael Berryman was in. And definitely a trooper in this video by Motley Crue. Smoking in the Boys' Room at number 26 on my fantasy playlist, August 10th, 1985.